Vuyisile Mini was the first MK Cadre hanged by the apartheid regime.
I finished school and started to teach. I finished school and started teaching. In 1954, I started to work. Because I used to see newspapers, I saw and I read about him in the newspapers. In 1956, I found out that they are in prison trial. I used to correspond with him, and then I would know that when he comes back home, he'll get my book. I asked his son, who was not studying then. He was fighting with Bantu education, which was introduced in 1955. In 1958, December, I went to Port Elizabeth to fetch Xolile. When I looked back, I saw that he was coming behind. It was the last time to see him and talk to him. When I saw him again, he was in Central Prison when he was about to be hanged. We used to communicate even when he was in Central Prison. He used to write to me. He informed me early that he was going to be hanged, and he told me how everything was going to go. He said to me, "You should notice this. I have bought the plots for burial. One is for me and others for my comrades here in Port Elizabeth. One was for a person that I cannot remember his name. You should make sure that nobody is going to be buried on top of us, because when people get hanged, they are usually dumped in one grave." When we entered, there was already Professor Kambula, who is our cousin. The three of us entered. When we were communicating with the brother, one policeman was standing next to him. Since we were speaking in English, because other people are paid as vendors in the Transvaal, we were not speaking Xhosa, we were speaking English. This policeman said we should not speak English. I said to him, "But we are speaking a language that you can also understand. What's the problem?" "We are speaking a language that you understand, which is English." And the policeman kept quiet, and we continued speaking English until it was 4:30, and we were taken out. It was so difficult, and I took pictures because people didn't want Afrikaans in Bantu education. The pictures that I took, which their names were going to be engraved in, were written in Afrikaans, which was Psalm 23. I took them because there was a space where we could engrave their names. At 12, it was all finished.
Although he had arranged the purchase of cemetery plots, the government buried him and his colleagues in Pauper's grave. His remains were reburied in a memorial site in Port Elizabeth,